Today, I'm going to review the Martin DRS2 and explain to you why this thing plays like butter. All that and more right after this. On this show, you'll see guitars from all major manufacturers and small bench luthiers. I've had the pleasure of reviewing over 500 acoustic guitars, and in each review, I play the same songs, recorded the same way, so you can compare the sound of any guitar I've ever reviewed. I'm Tony Polecastro. Welcome to Acoustic Guitar Heaven. The Martin DRS2 is what's on tap for review today, but before I dive into the specs and details of this guitar, I want to first publicly thank Tony S. from Texas. Tony S. so graciously donated this guitar to the Guitars for Vets program when he was in Bozeman, Montana in June of 2018 for the Acoustic Life Festival. The Acoustic Life Festival is held every year in Bozeman, and upon Tony's departure, he said, you know what? I want you to take this guitar and send it to Guitars for Vets as a donation on my behalf. So just want to thank Tony S. for doing that. And at the end of this review, I'm going to share with you some more details on how you can donate or participate in the Guitars for Vets program. Okay, on to the Martin DRS2. This guitar, I think, flies a little bit under the radar. Because it's not quite a D18, and the X Series sits a little bit below it in price, and I just think it might not get noticed all that much, but it should because it plays so comfortable. It's a treat to play. It's easy to pull tone out of, and it's really easy on the fingers, and I'm going to explain to you why. First, let's talk about the body of the guitar. The top is a solid Sitka spruce paired with X bracing. That's the 5/16 inch X bracing. The bridge, rather, is Richlite with a tusk saddle. We've got the standard kind of Martin black pickguard to match the body binding, which is also black. The back and sides of this guitar are a solid Sapele, and the whole body is done in a satin finish, which honestly, I think is really aesthetically appealing. I really like the look of the satin finish, and I like the way it feels. It's not so grippy on your skin. Moving to the neck, we've got a hardwood neck that has, I believe, the Performing Artist's neck profile with that same taper, and it's very, very comfortable to play. It's a shallow profile, and it feels just really, really nice and comfortable in my hand. We've got a black Richlite fingerboard. And that's a great material because it really doesn't wear out, and it's pretty darn strong. We got an 1.75" plastic nut, and right there between the smoothness and the consistency of the Richlite fingerboard, along with the 1.75" plastic nut, that to me is what makes this guitar so comfortable to play. Pull-offs, hammer-ons, it's really easy to pull tone because you've got that wider nut width, so you've got a little bit of extra room for your fingers, and the longer scale length, 25.4 inches, just allows for some great tone. The strings are under some tension, so you can really kind of dig in with your flat pick, and it'll give you some sound. Speaking of giving sound, the guitar comes stock with the Fishman Sonotone pickup, which is fantastic. The controls are right in the sound hole. You've got a volume and a tone control. We've got the standard squared-off Martin-style headstock with an HPL overlay, Martin logo silkscreened on the top. We've got smaller button, shallower-type tuners, closed gear, and all in all, this is a great guitar. I mean, for $829, it really does pack a punch. You've got an all-solid wood body. And again, just from the playability standpoint, I think it's a real treat to lay your hands on. Now, on that same note, if you're a guitar player with a smaller frame, maybe with smaller hands, this is probably not the guitar for you. It is a dreadnought body, so it's a little bit bigger, and that wider nut width can kind of, especially if you have smaller hands, it can be a struggle, and you can feel like you're wrestling with the guitar, and I certainly don't want that for you. So just keep that in mind when you're out shopping. But if you're looking for a lower priced bluegrass guitar, maybe a festival guitar, maybe you bought a beginner guitar and you're looking to upgrade, this is something that should definitely be on your list, and you should at least give it a try. I noticed that it has a fairly mellow sound. It feels a little bit more reserved for a bigger body, and it's built pretty heavily. If you just kind of hold this in comparison to other guitars. It's built with a little bit more heft to it. I don't think that's a good or a bad thing, just something you'll probably notice. But again, I think it's a cool, mellow sounding dreadnought. So make sure to check it out on your guitar shopping travels. Now, while you're here, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's super easy. Hit that red subscribe button and then go ahead and click that little gray bell. That'll give you a notification of each and every time we release a new video. And if you love guitar lessons, guitar reviews, if you are curious or have never watched the Acoustic Tuesday show, you gotta subscribe, because this channel is filled with a bunch of guitar geeky goodness just for you. And if you're thinking, man, you said that thing about Guitars for Vets, I'm kind of curious of what that is. Guitars for Vets is a program that helps promote the healing power of music to war vets. So it uses music to help them kind of readjust, and it's almost like a way of therapy. And I know I can certainly identify with that, as you probably can too, because music holds a special place for all of us. So to learn more about Guitars for Vets and how you can help, please go to acousticlife.tv/vets. You can figure out all different ways to help, whether it be just spreading the word, becoming a chapter leader, or donating monetarily, or in this case, with a guitar. So make sure to check that out. Again, that's acousticlife.tv/vets. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel, and I can't wait to see you bopping around YouTube.